Okay. Okay. So let me discuss first the components of computer. So here, as you all see, this is the week 4 for the Light 111 topic. So let's start first to discuss the components of a computer system, starting with a hardware, software, peopleware, and including dataware. So let's focus first on the hardware. When we are talking about the hardware, it refers to the physical and tangible parts of the computer system. Meaning, pag sinabing physical part is majority of the components, no? So it is the devices and including what we call the pwede kasing ano yan eh, input, output, storage, or communication devices. So hardware in computer, meaning it is more part, pwedeng external, pwedeng internal. So the first here that we have is the CPU or the central processing unit. When we're talking about the CPU, it is execution for all the instructions and considered the brain of the computer system. So, sabi dito, ito yung in charge sa control unit and including sa arithmetic and logical unit. CPU have a lots of bus ports, expansion slots, and registers. So, sa madaling salita, itong CPU na to, ito ang pinaka-importanteng part ng hardware computer system because the CPU interacts with the operating system. And when it interacts with the operating system, it controls the different types of hardware system. So this is the central processing unit. Okay? So, familiar kayo dyan sa Intel. Maraming klase niyan. May generation from i5, i7, and including sa mga AMD types ng processor. So this is the central processing unit. Next to that, another components for the internal hardware, we have the memory. Kasi memory, there are two types. Meron tayong tinatawag na internal and external memory. Let's talk about first memory. Memory are the one who stores the data instructions before the execution and the process data as well. So there are two types. So internal memory, we have RAM, stands for the random access memory. So it's a volatile type of memory. Refers to as a main memory or the primary memory. Meron din naman tayong tinatawag na ROM or the read-only memory. So it contains permanently stored instructions that cannot be changed. Particularly, ang nakikita nyo lagi sa RAM is yung tinatawag nating storage size pagdating sa process o yung naproproseso niya. Even sa cellphone, RAM din ang pinag-uusapan natin. For the external memory naman, we have the secondary memory, which is known as the auxiliary memory. So this is non-volatile type of memory that is responsible for keeping the files permanently. So particularly, maraming external memory like yung mga hard disk and solid state drive. So these are example of random access memory. And this one, the Hitachi Travel Store, is a type of a hard disk or hard disk drive, HDD. So meaning this one consists of a bulk or malakihang storage in terms of capacity of storing data. So this one, itong hard disk drive is a what we call a non-volatile. Yung isa naman is volatile, so meaning non-permanent yung isa, permanent naman yung mga na-i-store dito sa hard disk drive. Then, to the components, we have the internal hardware. which is the input and output unit. So in the input and output unit, it allows communication between the computers and its outside world via input and output devices. So let's focus first for the input and output unit. Other parts along with the processors na meron, nakikita natin is yung mga bus, yung mga ports, saksakan sa likod ng computer, mga expansion slots if we would like to have additional or extra features of the components of the system, and including yung mga registers as temporary storage, which can be stores. So marami kasing pwedeng external storage like yung mga external na hard disk drive or external na mga flash drives. So these are hardware, these are the motherboard. Particularly, the motherboard has what we call the North Bridge and the South Bridge type. Sa hardware, may mga buses and ports components. Dito sa kulay white na ito yung tinatawag nating socket for the processor. Ito naman, nandito naman yung tinatawag nating mga socket for the random access memory or sa RAM. Ito naman yung mga expansion slots natin kung gusto nating maglagay ng mga video cards or including mga LAN cards. And of course, the connections for the BGA and including mga IDE ports. Pero kasi ngayon we're using SATA ports. There are components of the external hardware, input hardware, processing hardware, the storage hardware, and the output hardware. And the most important thing, we have the communication hardware. So let's start first with the input hardware. Sa input hardware, so meaning this is are accepting to the users to collect data. Tayo yung nagbibigay ng input. Meaning, the user itself, yung gumagamit ay yung nagbibigay ng data para i-instruct kay computer. So this is an input devices. So the input devices, there's a lot for us to consider. And what are those? We have keyboards. Keyboard is the most commonly used na input device. Mga terminals na meron din naman yan na may mga video display screen and communication and a mainframe computer. So keyboards are the entry device of input type. So marami naman yan. So there are 3 types of terminal. May dumb, smart, and including intelligent. So it can be used to input data to receive an information from a computer system, including the smart technology that can do an input and output. So meaning this is a hybrid type. Ito yung mga types ng direct entry point. Meron tayong mouse. So this is a pointing device, no? Trackball naman, this is an upside down version of mouse. So meron siyang bilog doon sa tuktok mismo na naka-mount doon para niro-roll ng fingers to move the cursors. Joystick, are you familiar with this? Because during our computer games era, video display screen that picks up input from the user through a touch of a finger, we are talking about the joystick. So may mga gumagamit pa rin naman ng mga, even yung mga controller. Then we have the light pen. So this is a point and draw input device that allows to us to draw directly on the screen. Even the cell phones and tablets meron yan. Pati yung mga digitizing tablet natin na pen-like device which can be used as sketches and image or a talk. Then we have pen-based system. So napakarami. Lahat yun ay tinatawag nating direct entry devices or the input hardware. So ito yung mga yun. We have mouse here, we have the trackball, then we have here the joystick. Ito yung may mga stylus and digitalized pen na ginagamit natin ngayon. Then there are types naman ng input like the scanning devices. So scanning devices, it translates images of text. So meaning it converting the images of text into a digitalized form. There's either a drawing or photos that can be form of data, which can understood by the users. But that is a scanning devices. Marami ng klase kasi ng scanner, not only for the printers, no? Barcode readers also are photo electronic scanner that translate the barcode symbols into digital forms. Majority of using this barcode reader is can be seen in the supermarket, lalo na pag bina-barcode reader yung mga products, no? Then we have the mark and character recognition devices like yung magnetic ink character recognition. So it reads strange looking numbers which is printed at the bottom of the bank checks. Then we have what we call the OMR naman, yung optical mark recognition na reads pencil marks. Meron din naman yung OCR, yung mga optical character recognition, yung nakakabasa ng mga special printed characters. Fax machine, which are facsimile transmission machine. So, marami pa rin naman gumagamit ng fax machine. So, it scan an image and send it through an electronic signals over the telephone line. So, that is the fax machine. Then we have the imaging system, the image scanner, including the graphics scanner. So, it converts the text and including yung drawing and including photographs into different types of forms. We also have the smart cards and the optical cards. Ang optical cards is yung plastic na laser recordable card na ginagamitan naman ng optical card reader, including the smart card na may mga microprocessor and memory chip. So sa mga bangko, yung may mga ID mismo, no? So let's talk about this other devices such as yung voice recognition system. So this one is another input hardware device that convert human speech into a digital code. Marami ng voice recognition system. Samantala yung iba, nilalagyan na rin nila ng data manipulation and including artificial intelligence. Then we have the audio input devices. So this one is record or play analog sounds. The video naman or input devices are signals that come from the VCR or a camera recorder. Then we have the electronic cameras. Yes, lahat ng cellphone. They capture images in electronic forms. Sensor type, we are now in the Arduino sensors technology, so it collects specific kinds of data directly from specific type of environment. So sensors, yung mga sensor ngayon na ginagamit na natin, no? Yung mga sensor for temperature, then we have not only for the temperature, we only have sensor for movements, the motions. So majority ng mga sensors technology is an input devices na categories for the hardware. Next, component of the external hardware. Let's talk about the processing hardware. So let's talk about here the main components, the CPU or the central processing unit. Then we have the main memory. System unit is very important. So nandyan lahat yung components ng electrical. So it makes computer work. So doon gumagana. Yung power supply naman, it gives the system unit yung tinatawag nating electrical current. So this is type of a device na nagko-convert from AC to DC. Power to run the computer. It's very important. Yung alternating current tsaka direct current, no? Then we have the motherboard. So it is the main circuit board of the system unit. The motherboard communicate with all boards inside the computer system. To make it more understandable, the motherboard controls everything in the system unit. Then we have the central processing unit, ito yung microprocessor chip. This is very important as the brain of the computer. Specialized processor chip, this is used to speed up the computer system. Ito yung mga mas mabibilis na processor and including system clocking that controls how fast of a specific computers are. In terms of performance, we're using these processor chips and including the system clocks para sa mga mas mabibilis pang computer system. Then we have the processing hardware. Kanina, we have the RAM chips. So this is a random access memory that temporarily holds the data and the instructions. Then meron naman tayong tinatawag na read-only memory chips na built into the computer system. Meaning this is a non-volatile o mga permanent na tinatawag natin. Cache memory is a special high-speed memory that the CPU can access quickly. So cache memory, majority niyan, meron naman ang motherboard. So sila yung in charge in terms of capability of speed from the CPU that can access different types of directories. Expansion slots and boards are those sockets in the motherboard in which you can plug different types of cards or extension. Kaya nga tinawag na expansion yan, is it another extension para makapag-connect kayo ng iba pang mga card slot na pwedeng magpabilis sa mga computer system nyo. Then we have the bus line, which is our electrical pathways through which needs are transmitted within the CPU and between the central processing unit device system unit. So the port, mga saksakan nito on the outside of the system unit, marami yan. Makikita yan doon sa likod ng computer system nyo na nasa likod ng motherboard. Andyan yung mga USB slot, yung mga PS2 port, pati yung mga HDMI connection. Including yung mga tinatawag nating peripheral integrated CS slots and including yung cards na meron doon sa mga new bus standard for mga notebooks, subnet books, and including microcomputers. So this one is an old type of a motherboard that we have here, the chipset. And here are the socket for the processor, the power connector for the power supply, and then we have the memory banks also here. So we have the IDE. So ito SATA port na kasi ito kasi luma itong pictures. Then we have the floppy connector. For the floppy connector, is this how we use the connection for the hard disk. So dito sinasaksak yun, and the PCI slots. So actually itong picture na to is medyo pang museum na, no? So latest, when we're talking about the latest, there is a different innovations for the motherboard right now. Then we have the storage hardware. When we're talking about the storage hardware, it is temporarily or the permanently storage. So we identify it for the primary storage and the secondary storage. So primary storage, we're referring to the random access memory. For the secondary storage, marami, non-volatile to. So pwedeng burahin, pwedeng hindi. Ano yung mga yan? Yung diskette, wala na kasi ngayon. Yung hard disk or yung HDD, kung tawagin, hard disk drive, yung mga optical storage, use a laser beam to pack information densely on or a movable disk. Yung mga magnetic tapes then including mga magnetic disks. Magnetic disk ang meron sa hard disk. Tapos yung mga flash memory, we're talking about the flash drive, which is connected through a universal serial port bus, meaning these are type of secondary storage. Kasi nga, nadidelete yung mga laman. Depende sa user. To continue, we also have the magnetic strip. So this is our recording data cell device capable of storing 400 millions of data. May mga paper tape, drum, and continuous forms like computer output microfilm. So ito yung by punch paper, yung sa paper tape. Ito naman is yung dating storage pa, no? So wala nang gumagamit masyado nito, including tong drum. So recording medium of data represented by magnetized spots kasi nga mas maliit na yung mga storage devices natin ngayon at mas malaki yung mga file size na pwede na nilang ilagay. Next, we proceed with the output devices. For the output devices, we have here the components. Pag sinabing output, there is a means of the user to view the information. Nakakapag-produce ng results or viewable into the computer system. So, merong two forms. So, nang una, hard copy and soft copy. Pag sinabing hard copy, ito yung information that has been recorded into a tangible medium, nahawakan, meaning pwedeng resulta sa paper or sa microfilm. Soft copy naman is when the output is temporarily displayed on the screen or electronically copy. Hard copy, our output hardware, we have here the printer. Alam niyo naman, ang printer is capable of printing characters, that symbols and graphics. So majority ng mga printer ngayon is 3-in-1 na, no? May scanner, copier, and printing. So there are categories of printers that you should know. The impact printers that has contact with paper like the daisy wheel printers, yung mga dot matrix printer and line printer. Yung mga dot matrix ito yung maingay na printer. Non-impact printers naman is no contact with paper like yung mga laser printer, inkjet printer. So ito naman yung medyo mahal. Okay? Then we have the output hardware, which is a plotter. This is a specialized output device that can produce. This is a high quality graphics in terms of different variety of colors. So there are three types. Nung una yung pen plotter, which is most popular type of a plotter. Then we have the electrostatic plotter, which create tiny dots on a special treated papers. Then we have the thermal plotter naman. Through heat ang pinag-uusapan dito. So, producing the heat, which is a heat-sensitive paper that produce images. Soft copy output hardware, let's start first with the cathode ray tube of the CRT. So this is a most popular soft copy output device used on the microcomputers. Ito yung monitor screen dati. CRT. Flat panel display, marami na ring flat panel display like yung mga light emitting diode, LED, and including liquid crystal displays or the LCDs. Now, let's talk about the communication hardware. For the communication hardware, we have the modulator or demodulator, the modems. So here is to connect the computer system into different types of networks. So nandyan na yung mga tinatawag nating network of computers, mga phone lines, and including channels. Let's start first with the modem. Modem or the modulator, demodulator. So it converts digital signals to analog signals. Ano ba yung modem na yan? Yan yung pinoprovide sa inyo ng mga internet service provider once na magpapakabit ka ng internet connection. Yan yung router. Okay? Then we have the cable, which is commonly used in networking to facilitate the communication between those computers. Cabling. So nandyan yung mga tinatawag nating cabling system like yung category ng Ethernet. For example, you would like to buy an unshielded twisted pair o yung mga tinatawag natin shielded twisted pair cable na ginagamit natin to have a local area network connections or the Ethernet connections. So kable. PACs and modems are PACs capability installed as the circuit board is in the motherboard of the computer system. So meron din gumagamit ng mga PACs modem pa rin until now. Multiplexers combine a several low-speed transmission into one high-speed transmission. Concentrator including the front-end processor. So yung mga front-end processor handles communication for mainframes computer, mga malaki ang computer. Sa concentrator naman, temporary storage area that send it forward when enough has been accumulated. So meaning it is concentrating only on a specific storage. Multiplexer is from lower speed transmission going to high speed transmission. Now let's talk about the system software. Sa system software naman are facilitating the application program. So there are types of system software. Una, yung operating system. Operating system controls everything. So particularly, nandyan yung tinatawag nating Windows 10, Windows 11. O yung mando naman sa iba, may mga Linux and including Apple, yung mga Apple operating system natin, no? Yung sa mga Mac operating system. Then, we have the operating environment. So it refers to the program that sit on top of the operating system. So we're talking about here the application program for the operating environment. For the utilities naman or single term for all types of programming aids. Pag sinabing programming aids, ibig sabihin hindi magpo-program ha. It is yung mga utilities application na meron naka-built-in program doon sa operating system. For example, yung Windows, meron siyang Microsoft Edge, may Recycle Bin, may calculator, may MS Paint, and so on and so forth. Programming damages, we have program used to write other programs. Ito naman yung mga programming language na ginagamit ng mga information technology students and computer science students to do programming. So they're creating programs to write another program. Then we have the language processor. For the language processor, it is used to convert source program into a form of suitable execution. Yung tinatawag nating compilers, meron din naman tinatawag na assemblers and interpreters. So medyo malalim na to kasi nga yung mga language processors na yan are commonly used by expert in the programming for them to communicate with the machine language. Kasi computers can only understand binary numbers which is 1 and 0. So, hindi niya naiintindihan yung mga English wordings na yan. So, wag yan, tinype nyo, kino-convert pa yan nila computer para ma-read yan ni machine language. So, they are translating it to binary numbers. So, there are categories of software to design a specific type of problems. Types of application software, we have the package program. Yung mga package program, meron mga word processing software. Yan ang meron sa MS Office, spreadsheet, yung mga Excel, database, mga graphic software like Adobe, communication software, mga Zoom, and so on and so forth, groupware, software suites, and including desktop accessories, personal information manager, project management software, and multimedia software. Sa custom naman, this is specifically written for an organization. For example, the Academic Information Management System and the Canvas or the Learning Management System for Fatima University. So this is a custom program software. Levels of programming, we have the machine, which is the high-level programming or which is the difficult to do programming because it only understands machine language from 1-0 binary numbers. Symbolics are using special characters language. At yung ginagamit ng mga IT at computer science students are high-level programming languages. Then, we have the peopleware. Peopleware is kayo yan, tao. So it refers to the personnel involved in the data processing of operations. So there are functional areas of peopleware. Nandiyan yung tinatawag na system programming, system analyst, application programming, and computer operations. Sa personnel naman, nandiyan yung mga data entry operator, computer operator, computer programmer, system analyst, computer center director. So if we will verify this personnel, there are the people involved in the computing industry. So kayo, pwede rin kayo maging bahagi ng peopleware on how you are using the computer system as a computer operator. So peopleware, yung mga taong gumagamit ng computer system, not only yung mga programming or yung mga application, but pati na rin yung paggamit ng computer into entertainment, multimedia, and so on and so forth.